Theresa May was diagnosed with diabetes in 2013, although it did not hinder her rise to Downing Street earlier this year. Although she is certainly a very special person, her case of diabetes is one of millions around the UK and indeed the world. There are 4 million diabetics in the United Kingdom. Type 2 diabetes is certainly the most common form. This means 1 in 16 people suffer from the disease, and in the last decade alone, the number of sufferers has risen by 65%.
We are seeing, both in terms of the population and in the clinic, an increasing number of people with diabetes. And I think the changes that are causing that are affecting society as a whole in terms of reduced amount of exercise, increased sedentary behaviour, work and lifestyles that are meaning we're eating more convenience foods and more high-calorie foods, and all of that is sort of driving a tendency to putting on weight and obesity, and that impacts on the risk of diabetes.
And is this increase putting excess stress on our National Health Service?
I think it's already putting a huge stress on the National Health Service, and we're seeing more and more patients with diabetes-related problems.
Staying fit and healthy as you get older can drastically reduce the chances of developing diabetes. Here in Armley, a new and upcoming sport may be an option for those looking to get in shape.
Well, you join me outside a very wet and windy and cold Armley Leisure Centre in Leeds, where today we are going to be watching some walking football. In the last couple of years, it has become huge. Participation has increased. Let's go and check it out.
And here it is, walking football. It's not too indifferent from regular football, except that there is no offside rule, and, crucially, the players are restricted from moving any pace quicker than a walk. If you are caught breaking stride, you are sent to the sin bin. This particular session is for over 50s, and both male and female footballers are welcome.
It's funny because this is called walking football, but from watching it, it's far from that. It looks pretty intense, to be honest.
So why have these participants elected walking football in the first place?
2 years ago, although I was relatively fit, I didn't have the camaraderie that you get from playing in a game with some mates and chatting, you know, and it brings it up to it and just keeps you fit as well, doesn't it?
I returned to playing football really because I stopped for quite, I don't know, 5 or 10 years just because of any injury I got was sort of taking 6 months to fix. So it was really just the chance to play football again in sort of a casual and non-competitive way, really.
The nature of the sport means that people of all shapes, sizes and abilities can join in.
I was speaking to some of the organisers earlier, and they were saying that the fella in goal there, he only started playing football 2 years ago. And I think that's the case with quite a few people here. This is the first time they've tried it out. You don't have to have any sort of background skill or anything. It's just something to get involved with, and you pick it up as you come along. It's great.
So do you think walking football is a good way of preventing the chances of people developing diseases like type 2 diabetes?
I think it is. I think walking football is something that many people can be involved with. It's perhaps less intimidating than lots of other forms of exercise that people might want to take up in sort of middle age or later life, and I think walking football's a very attractive proposition.
Within about a month I'd lost half a stone when I first started, but I've been doing it 2 years, so yeah, and you find that a lot with the guys that come, you know, they get excited about it, and yeah, in fact they do too much.
There's quite a few people think I'm not going to do walking football, but because it's not really going to be like real exercise. But actually when they start doing it, they find it is.
Despite the restriction on running, walking football has proved to be a very effective way to keep fit and healthy.
In fact, playing 1 hour of walking football a week for 3 months means that players will cover over 30 miles and burn an estimated 4,200 calories.
If they're exercising regularly, they're going to be a lot healthier. So it's good that we do what we've done today, because we get a variety of different people with different injuries, who are different ages. So it's very, very good. It keeps them all healthy and fit.
And do you get the impression that they take it very seriously when they come along?
Yeah. They shout abuse at me all the time, so yeah.
I think the main challenge is is trying to reverse the trend that we've all seen in terms of the population, which is that the population in general has been getting more overweight and doing less exercise. We may see, and I think it's predicted, we will see a big explosion in diabetes-related illnesses in future years, which is really worrying.
What's the score?
Diabetes and its associated diseases are a problem in this country, but with this new sport, hopefully everyone will be walking their way to perfect health. Henry Winter, Armley Leisure Centre.